I keep you under wraps like I was CIA. You were some covert mark. There's nothing as cold as the light of day when you're standing in the dark. You can have them hold your mouth, you can turn the ringer off, pull the sheets over your head. Sooner or later you'll stop shooting yourself and shoot the moon instead. Never slowing down as Hudson curves around Horatio. Cabs are in a hurry for a fare. But summer being what it is, and this night's a beauty, folks just want to get a little air. The harder I listen, the less I hear. The more I search, the less I find. But it feels like love is one part lightning and two parts making up your mind. I start up the Chrysler and I pointed east. Let's see how fast this baby goes. You know it's often said the one you need the least, that's the one you want the most. I'm getting tired of coming close, tired of the chances I don't take. The thing about the heart that hurts the most is when you just can't feel it break. I swear when I drink, I'm cursed when I don't. Like everyone, I wanna be rich, but I guess it would be to stay in love. Yeah, that's it. If I had one. If I had one. Thank you, man. Thanks so much. Thanks all for coming here tonight. I guess it's a little too bad to sound great. Just a little less volume. Yep. Is the weather always this nice here? Because I think I might move here. I live in New York City. I'm a long way from home, so thanks for making me feel welcome. This next song is a song about dysfunctional love, a dysfunctional relationship, I would say. I hope you cannot relate to anything about it. She's coming today, she's not coming today. She's coming tomorrow, she's not coming tomorrow. Or she might come on Friday. She'll see how she feels. She's coming on Saturday. And I'm really so happy. I'm really not happy. We're gonna do something we might not do anything. There's so many movies, she gets lots of headaches. She's coming on Saturday. She tried being Buddhist, her friends got so angry. She practices yoga, tries to act calm, but no one believes her, they think she's a time bomb. Sometimes when she's talking, you'd think I was standing in the next county, not right next to her. She wishes that high school lasted much longer. She's coming on Saturday. She's staring at pictures of Hollywood couples. I don't think she owns a hardcover book. I sit and imagine her life without me. She'll pick out a husband who called her an angel when neither was sober and the music was loud. They'll buy a TV that takes up the whole room, and her husband won't drown her and then try to hide it by rolling her up in her favorite rug. She won't make the news, not even the local. Glug, glug, glug. Instead, I will focus on more of the good things. She's nice to the cat when it stays off the sofa, and now when I kiss her, she might leave the light on. She's coming on Saturday. Talks to her mother a lot for a grown-up. She puts on her makeup to go to the beach, but her face doesn't help her when she goes to smile. Well, she hates talking dirty and thinks I'm a pervert who really doesn't know the first thing about love. I'll take her to dinner, she'll eat next to nothing, but she's coming on Saturday. Saturday, like it or not, it seems to work. She's really so empty, I'm really a jerk. We fight like the Armenians and the Turks, and to think that you care is just a little berserk. And I don't mean to offend with that last Turk line, I just needed to come up with some Irk rhyme. And these lines, you can tell I have not spent long. I figure why start now at the end of the song? So I'm leaving you here with these two lost souls who don't deserve A. We'll just call them B-holes. They deserve each other, but no more your time. So I'm freeing you from this conundrum of mine. Cause you might not get it, you might not see what this attraction could possibly be. I'm getting in touch with the masochist in me, and she's coming. Yeah, she's coming on Saturday. Thank you very much. I dedicate that to Mose Allison, who we lost last year. Yeah, a lot of times when you write a song, you start out writing it about a person or a place or an event, and then by the end of the song, it's a combination of people you've met or places you've been or events. But that particular song, I met the girl I wrote that about 6 months after I wrote it. And we were at a party and talked for a while. I said, I think I wrote a song about you. And she said, really? Can you play it? I said, no, I don't have my piano. All the way from Florence, Italy, please welcome Julia Nuti. Come out and play and sing with her. Sometimes it's disconcerting for me when I play in Europe, which is one of my favorite things of all to do. Because a lot of people don't react the same way as they do at home. And a lot of people don't laugh at the funny lines, and I get really nervous that maybe they weren't that funny to begin with. But then I realize that you're just being polite, I hope. But you feel free to laugh if you want, if you find something funny, even if it's serious. Tried hard to be strong for you, so your path was clear. All I did was long for you and wish you'd come back here. Each morning sun would promise hope. To me it said, okay, get up, time for your heart to start to break again today. Somewhere along the line, your love divided into two. A match between desire and what you thought was right to do. Is Mercury in retrograde? Did the stars fall out of line? I need a better reason that it just was not our time. Now you turn the page and you're saying your best to me. Was it a momentary journey or a broken destiny? Another bell unanswered, another unplayed song. And if our fate was in the heavens, this time the heavens got it wrong. Who knows where we'll be standing a couple years from now. My boyish looks long abandoned, though I still pretend somehow. The day always seems to come when hope no longer springs, and all those lovely notes must then return to their strings. Every now and then, clear out of the blue, something will remind you how much more there was to do. It might be out there in the shadow as you pull the evening blinds. You'll wonder where he is and if you ever cross his mind. Finds its voice, and the leaves will fall, as if they had a choice. It's just another bell unanswered, another unplayed song. If our fate was in the heavens this time, if our fate was in the heavens this time, the heavens got it wrong. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the way from Florence, Italy for one song. No, that's not true. She'll be back in a minute. We had an election last year. I don't know if you know about it. If anyone would have told me quite a while ago that I was belonging for George W. Bush, I would have think they were insane. Anyway, I wrote this next song. This is on my new record, and I wrote this song after spending a few too many hours on the internet, which I'm guilty of doing quite often. And I do it before I go to sleep, which is a real bad mistake, especially now and throughout our election. Just really difficult. I think it's about to begin. Anyway, this one's called Cyberspace. I learned about a wedding crash. Well, before I do this song, there are a couple of very uniquely American references in this song, and I thought maybe I would explain like 2 or 3 of them just so it would help you along. One, I mentioned the Constitution of the U.S. and Amendment number 2, which is the right to bear arms. Guns are a real big thing, especially in the South, and they have these open carry laws where you can actually walk into stores and restaurants now with guns ablazing. It's frightening, but people are they get very involved in the U.S. Constitution when it comes to that, and pretty much nothing else. Then there's Walmart, I mentioned in this song. Does anybody know Walmart? You don't have it here, right? No. Yeah, that's good. And then there was a U.S. senator who got busted in the bathroom for soliciting a guy next door by putting his foot underneath the bathroom stall, and he claimed he just had a wide stance when he used the toilet. But he didn't. He was trying to pick up the guy next to him, and the irony, of course, as it always is that this guy was a huge anti-gay proponent, and he was forced to resign, fortunately. And he's alluded to in this song too. So that'll about do it. The rest of it, you're on your own. Cyberspace. I learned about a wedding crash by rebels in New Delhi. I learned about a guy who stashed 3 kilos in his belly. I learned Amelia Earhart may in fact still be alive, and that killer bees in Sicily are learning how to drive. I learned my friends are two-dimensional, every secret written. You don't need to tap their phones, there's nothing left that's hidden. I learned that cats are cute, unless you happen to be a mouse. I learned it only takes a suit to be elected to the House. I spent the day in cyberspace. Contagious insanity, as goes the human touch, so goes humanity. I learned the world's a lovely mystery, I'm just glad to tag along. As soon as someone's sure they're right, that's when I'm sure they're wrong. I learned that it's a better thing to build a bridge than burn it. I learned that people taught to turn the other cheek won't turn it. And that evidence and science, now at that we thumb our noses. the mention of a dying earth, the conversation closes, but pitchforks and streets of gold that we're gonna swallow. Well, I learned not to judge, but pardon me if I don't follow. You can spend half your life tossing hopes into the air, two hands engaged in labor, do more than 1,000 clasped in prayer. I'll spend the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. As goes the human touch, so goes humanity. Well, I learned that looking good may have a lot to do with lighting. I learned about a war or two he had no business fighting. I learned the highest judges in the land can still be bought. I learned if you play footsie with the next stall, you'll be caught. And that you can repent once, but the second time you're toast. I learned the ones most guilty are the ones that yell the most. I learned that people cite the Constitution till they're blue, when the only amendment that they know is number 2. Some try to save the unborn through their righteous megaphone, but God help you after the first breath you take on your own. I spend the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. Here's to the human race and all of its vanity. I learned that people swallow metal things more often than I'd guess. I learned that less is more, and that I'm sure more or less. I learned that even when you think you are, you're not alone. I learned that Walmart shoppers are a breed unto their own. I learned that music I detest has other people smitten. The only time I have agreed, worst lyric ever written. Horse with no name, plants and birds and rocks and things. Is now severely broken. I learned the best opinions are the ones that stay unspoken. And still I sing this song to you despite my own advice. Believe me, soon it will be over and I'll sing something nice. I learned we got a stack of bills and nothing left to pay them. No more things to say and now 100 ways to say them. And I learned all this in an hour here at Laptop College. So much information and so little knowledge. I learned we need to make time for our husbands and our wives, and that we're drifting far from what's important in our lives. Not you and me, I'll make your motor run, don't you ever doubt it. But baby, hurry up and come so I can tweet about it. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. As goes the human touch. Yeah. I spend the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. As goes the human touch, so goes humanity. Thank you. Come on back, Julia. Did that explanation help that song? Yeah. Thank you to Henry for loaning me this guitar tonight. Could have brought it to me in tune though. How many people here tonight are in relationships that they'd like to be out of? One. I am moving here. This song is for all you who are not being entirely honest with me. You can't call it right just cause it's not wrong. You can't call it love just cause we get along. If you don't see me now like you saw me before, there's no use in calling me baby no more. Your faraway eyes, the words you don't say, I'm looking for something the time took away. You played the last card up your sleeve, you're already gone, you might as well leave. Am I keeping you from saying goodbye by trying to drink from a well that's gone dry? You pulled away, that's just a fact. There's really not much I can do about that. Your faraway eyes, the words you don't say, I'm looking for something the time took away. And it's getting harder to breathe, you're already gone, you might as well leave. Hey, I'm seeing the light and it looks so dark. The holding me tight, yeah, I miss that part. There's not much left to talk about. You found your way in, you can find your way out. You can't call it happy just cause we're not crying. And you can't call it living just cause we're not dying. You don't see me now like you saw me before, and my heart cannot take that anymore. Your faraway eyes, the words you don't say, I'm looking for something the time took away. You play the last card up your sleeve, you're already gone, might as well leave. produced a bunch of records for a fellow named Peter Wolf from the Jay Giles band. I don't know if they were big here in the 80s or not, but they're good records. I highly recommend them. Of course I did. I would tell you, I don't lie. By the way, this is the best looking audience I've ever had in my time. I don't lie. Anyway, I wrote this song about Peter. It's called Who's Gonna Be the One. You brush against fate at least once a day. At night you tempt the ghosts of all the close calls. I can say love scared you the most. Your mother taught you to be tough. Your father showed you tender. But on their own, neither one's enough. Sometimes you fight, sometimes surrender. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the lamps go on and the day's work is done, who's gonna be the one to save you? You know your story and you know it well. You've walked with kings and bums. It's in between the lines you tell. That's where the real story comes. And with a diamond cutter's eye and nothing left to chance, you don't let a soul get by without at least a passing glance. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. And though you might lose a step, you'll never be outrun. But who's gonna be the one to save you? You hear the sound the hardwood makes. It moans and creaks and it bites. I know those floors have felt the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights. Yeah, you do your best to change. They do their best to keep you silent. You can carve into your deepest vein and still be stranded on Monkey Island. And those who live by fair and just are bound to be laid low. Among the few you still can trust, John Coltrane, Hank Snow. So let's just raise a glass for them who time has frozen the page. Days gone by when men were men and all the world was not a stage. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the last drops of bourbon mix with the rising sun, who's gonna be the one to save you? Who's gonna be the one to save you? Kim, come join us. The reason I'm here tonight, Kim is... Please, Kim. What happened to your bass? It's cute. I had the good fortune of having David Crosby sing harmony on this song on my new record. And, Julia's gonna beat that tonight, though. Looks like we may have finally hit a dry spell. If I had any sense, I'd tell you we're sinking like a stone. It's never fun when only one can feel the distance, and the path of least resistance is worn and overgrown. The heart is a living, a breathing contradiction, gets cooler with friction, warm with a gentle touch. I heard a line about the heart once, now I'm gonna steal it. When it's full, you hardly feel it. When it's empty, it weighs so much. Day by day, all through the night, it's all about who's wrong, who's right. I'm getting tired of the endless battle, and I'm just looking for a road less traveled. Operators are assisting other people at this time. Hang up, you'll lose your place in line. This music's driving me insane. You said my call was important to you. I don't know if that's true. Hey, where'd you go? Disconnected again. You appreciate my patience, but your public relations skills cause me palpitations. Can you answer me at all? If my meter's in the basement and my bank is right nearby, why am I talking to Mumbai? I'd like to escalate this call. My blood's warm, but the trail gone cold. Have I grown up or just grown old? My hand is steady, but my faith is rattled, and I'm just looking for a road less traveled. Between desire and the will to be released, do I need a locksmith or a priest? I'm just a mess across wires. My reputation's painted on every wall in town. The past is gonna hunt me down. I got a long list of priors. Well, they say that money's wasted on the wealthy, youth is wasted on the young, but I don't fall among that kind of chatter. All we're given at the start is a target and some darts. You collect the other parts, and then you try to make them matter. Take your place in the new frontier. Oh man, I hope you're happy here. The poet's dead and the song's unraveled, and I'm just looking for a road. I'm no beacon, I'm no saint. I'm a canvas allergic to paint. The light fades every swing of the gavel, and I'm just looking for a road less traveled. The ukulele piece. Small but effective. I've heard that before. You sit here all day putting meaning into songs. If you're looking for a hit, you're going about it all wrong. All that psychobabble and mouthfuls of clever, I'll tell you when you'll hit the charts. How about never? Well, I've studied on this. My calculation's true. Here's a little tip that could work for even you. You gotta sing high, then even higher. Gotta look sensitive, mess up your hair, but not like you meant to. Sing things like you're beautiful, and then repeat the line, and then repeat the line, repeat the line. You're not getting any younger, you're sure no pretty face. You got like what, maybe a dozen friends on MySpace. You lost all your blue-collar credibility. You Google your own name, you get Kenny Rogers or Kenny G. Now the way I see it, you got one choice to make. Right now you're caught between a folk and a hard place. You gotta sing high, then even higher. Gotta look sensitive, mess up your hair, but not like you meant to. Sing things like you're beautiful, and then repeat the line. Yeah, yeah, repeat the line. I tell you what you need, consider it a gift. Before the brass ring is too heavy to lift. You do what I say, you get a nice looking band. You'll soon have the critics eating out of your hand. And don't forget the breakdown. Who wants to hear your politics? You foaming at the mouth? Forget about playing anywhere, even near the South. Maybe out in Oregon, they're still hugging trees. But here we just as soon not think about the world, so please, if you feel you must spout off about your day, could you do it in that pleasing, androgynous sort of way? And sing it up high, no higher, sensitive hair. You're beautiful, it's true. And then repeat the line, 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 repeat the line. Repeat the line, 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 repeat the line. Thank you very much. I call that turning bitterness into productivity. Julia has been the impetus behind my 3 trips to Italy. Julia and Ernesto and Pascal. This will be my 4th trip next week. And I wrote this next song. I fell in love with the place for sure. And after the first time I was there, and I started writing this song on the plane going out. The sun made good time today. It broke the long night's tension. It skied along the cloud tops till it lit the starboard engine. Doesn't matter how the coin lands, heads or tails, with paradise dissolving into the vapor trails. Up here, you'd think we'd be much closer to the spot where heaven waits. No, that's down there somewhere among the olives and the grapes. Lost under fedoras, dead smokes and worn out skin, the men stand at the bar and nod to every person that walks in. Already on their 4th cup, the fraternity is clear, as they laugh at the same jokes they've told for 40 years. But I'm leaving with a missing part, the story's incomplete, so I'll make up an ending with fewer bruises and scrapes. The boy who traded in the blacktop for the olives and the grapes. War has knocked on doors here, spilled its venom in the streets, and history's been laid low between enemy drum beats. A young girl sits by the water, like so many had before her, imagining a life that reaches way beyond her border. And I know that she has planned at least 100 great escapes, but she belongs right there among them. She belongs right there among them. She belongs right there among the olives and the grapes. Thanks very much. Come on out, Judy. Want to come to the States to play after?
Why not?
I really wanted her to stay. Never gonna get my way, so I'm moving out to West LA. Me, yeah me. Everyone tan and fit, don't need no sarcastic wit. Leave all that back in New York City. Underneath an auburn haze, sitting on the 405 for days. And while you wait, you pretend to conversate with the girl in the next lane. We'll stay between just you and me, and we'll ride this town convertibly. You'll see, yeah, you'll see. And we won't feel any guilt here, 'cause that's not how we are built here. You know the roses never wilt here. Honestly, honestly, West LA, a cure for the weakened heart. And when you find a land that's speaking part, she'll suffer the effects of this painful separation. At least that'll be your interpretation. So there's no need to tear up. This traffic's starting to clear up. It's time for you to cheer up in West LA, West LA, West LA, West LA. Thank you very much. This on? Yep. This song was written on a bus. Last stop, says the driver, and everybody rushes to be the first one to see what this night holds for them. Last stop, he says, and with a collective lurch forward, they reach for cover when the air's a bit too cold for them. Hill figure bags bounce off each seat up the aisle, the fruits of the day-long mall attack. Bopping Mexican boys with their hair cut short on top and long in the back, ears stuffed with portable Sonys, still manage to hear each other say something about cojones. Mysteries close and the word jumbles get rolled up and put under the arm, I suppose, to be dropped into the nearest trash. Last stop to the click, click, click of the cell phone snapping shut in some crazy syncopation, except those whose time is way too valuable to let interference get in the way of making sure we all hear how important their lives are. Hello, 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 I'm losing you. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Hello, 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 is this better? Hello, hello, how about now? Hello, 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 I'm going through the tunnel. If I lose you, I'll call you back. Right there, don't move. Shit. See you tomorrow, have a good one, they mumble. Some headed out for a cold one. Some home to give the wife a tumble. Looks at me, frozen in my seat. I'm thinking anything I've ever done in my life I've done 1 minute sooner or 1 minute later. I might have landed in a whole different place with a whole different view. Yeah. Still be me, but maybe not you. Same fingerprints on different doors. A loving father, casualty of war. Hero, zero, phenom or flop, and we'll never know. 'Cause tonight it's last stop. It doesn't matter how many miles we cover. We're measured by the love that we give to each other. It doesn't matter how many miles we cover. we give to each other. We got time for a few more, right?
Yo.
My parents were married in 1943 on a 3-day furlough. My dad was in World War II. He fought in Italy for most of that time and in North Africa. And he came home for 3 days, and they got married, and he shipped out for the following 2 years. And she not knowing most of that time whether he'd be back, but he came back. Actually, the first time I went to Italy, my dad was there for nearly 2 years. My mother said, "Oh, you're going to Italy? See if there's anybody your age that looks like you." They did something right, because he came back and they were married for almost 60 years. And together for that long, they worked in the same building. My father was a factory worker in the garment district of New York City. And my mother worked the retail outlet store selling the garments upstairs. So 5 days a week, they ate 3 meals a day together. They played golf together on weekends. They never took a separate vacation. They were joined at the hip for 60 years, proving 2 things to me. 1, it was a simpler time. 2, not all genes are hereditary. Needless to say, when my dad passed away 14 years ago now, things changed for my mom. And I wrote this song soon after my dad passed away. Play it for people tonight. This is the title cut of my second record. It's called Symphony in 16 Bars. How do I put this down? And how can I make it clear what I'm feeling now? And how I wish you were here. And how do you fit an ocean into a riverbed? How do I turn your memory back into you instead? I might as well try naming all the stars, or write a symphony in 16 bars. Might as well try naming all the stars, or write a symphony in 16 bars. Five girls leaning on the bar tonight. 5 tattoos at the small of their back. Since when has our skin become a canvas? I wanna ask the one with the cellophane backpack. Yeah, and I think that I might tell her that she's looking like a billboard with that shirt that's cute, but also inappropriate for the season. Instead, I drag my hand across the bar and grab my keys and walk away. Because you can't be crucified for the things that you don't say. There's some going down on 7th Avenue. Some dude handcuffed and down on his knees, and these boys couldn't be less interested. Bunch of Kojak wannabes. Yeah, well, you can shave your head, suck a lollipop, and still end up a traffic cop, trying hard tonight to choose between the chocolate glazed and Boston cream. But you can't be crucified for the things that you don't dream. Well, he's lost in austerity in his 40-story tower, rolling in prosperity and grateful for his power. He's no maverick, but he sleeps just fine. And he once told me if he said no 10 times, he'd be right at least 9. I said, hey, if Edison had said no, if Jonas Salk had said no, if Debussy had said no, if Jesus Christ had said no, if Willie Mays had said no, if Shakespeare had said no, if Sigmund Freud had said no, I'll tell you where we'd be. We'd be sicking in the darkness with no one to inspire us, and nothing on TV, and even less in the fridge. And we'd be blaming Dad for everything, and not even having our Sundays off to barbecue. But you can't be crucified for the things that you don't do. So you might as well put it on the line once in a while. Maybe leave something more than ashes in a pile. You got a brain, you got style, so you might as well put it on the line once in a while. Yeah, well, I forgot my glasses, so it's back to that bar I go. Another chance to tell that girl she shouldn't let some stranger stick a pen into her ass. But no, instead of being helpful, I realize what I really want to do is see the whole tattoo and trace it with my lips, erase it with my tongue, finger paint the remaining Chinese alphabet with the hot fudge that I saved from Boulay Bakery. It took a month to get a reservation, plus I didn't know I had to slip Pierre a 50 not to be put next to the bathrooms with the pictures of the little hen and rooster on the door. Yeah, well, now I found my glasses, but instead of fessing up, I catch her eye and give a stupid halfway smile and a feeble little nod and mumble something about an early day. But you can't be crucified for the things that you don't. I'll play a couple more for you. I have a new record. Maybe to some of you, everything is new tonight, so, but not to me. I mentioned after my dad passed away, things changed for my mom, and she started losing a bit of her memory, and then more and more of her memory. And I wrote a song for her, actually. I didn't play it tonight, but every time I played it for her, she said, "That's really nice, what's that?" So it was new every time. I said, "This is good. I'm gonna start playing Florida more often." But she came up to visit me, and she was a lifelong New Yorker and did not really want to move to Florida, but, you know, she went where he wanted to go, and he wanted to be warm. So she came to visit, and she said, let's go look at some clothes." She was a big window shopper. So they never had a lot of money, so she liked to look. And so we went to she hadn't been back in New York for a few years, and the prices had changed somewhat since her days. And so we went to the first store, and all of a sudden I hear, "Kenneth, Paul, $200 for dungarees." And I don't know if you know what dungarees were, but they were what jeans used to be called back in the day. And it would have embarrassed me, except I knew that none of the salespeople working there had an idea what jeans were, what dungarees were. She says, "Look at this shirt. That's $150. It looks like it needs to be laundered already." I said, "Yeah, that's the point." And then we were leaving, and she saw these high heels. You know, she was a high heel wearer. These 6-inch spiked heels in the window with jewels, and she was staring at them. I said, "Oh, I can't wait for this." You know, she turned to me. She said, "I would sell my soul for those shoes." "But I'd probably fall down in them." I said, "Yeah, Mom, you fall down in your sneakers." Anyway, I lost my mom a month ago, and she was. I was telling Johnny today. She was, until the very last day of her life, said, "I'm the luckiest person that ever lived," and I think she really believed she was. And today would have been her 95th. I'll play this song. Need to drink first. There's a time, early evening, the city shows its mercy. Lines are cast through the river glass as the sun sinks into Jersey. And on my left, the lady glints, the copper torch of liberty. On my right, the faded prints of where he stood so near to me. Through window panes as thin as prayer, you can hear the peals of thunder. And I've spent hours sitting there, confusing love with hunger. Today my longing knows no limits. I'm held by what I cannot hold. Stay with me for just these few more minutes and keep me from the cold. Soon the car will come and take you, and I will have to let go. For just one more chance to make you laugh, I'd give the world, you know. I have not always shown my best. I've wounded those I most adore. But all is well, safely rest. I will meet you on the other shore. Thanks to Julie and me too. You can find me at kennywhite.net if you haven't already done so. I don't think you have already done so. Kennywhite.com used to be a real estate guy in Virginia. But he was not a good one, so his page is blank now, and it directs you to my page. So you can go to that one too. I have 4.5 CDs for sale after the show, right here tonight. And sign the mailing list, because I'd like to come back here and I'd like to let you know when I do. Thanks so much to Kim for bringing me here and making this happen. He did it just so he could see a concert, and he put this beautiful thing together, and I can't thank him enough. This is a beautiful city and a beautiful place. Great job. Thanks to Rudy for doing such great sound here too. It sounds beautiful. I'll leave you with this one. This is from my first record. In my recurring dream, we have a daughter with a boyfriend, with a mustache, with a taste for younger women. Like our daughter, and he has this little habit. When he tries to make a point, he points his finger, which if it had not been eaten by a table saw when he was 23, would really help to emphasize his point. Instead, we are distracted by the sight of the missing joint, and no one hears a word he says in my recurring dream. Yes, in my recurring dream, I give a man a $20 bill, 'cause he likes Smokey Robinson and lives on the street, but still will never confuse the temptations with the miracles. When he walks in the grocery and he hears them on the radio, and I'm sad he's on the street, but glad he can feel the thrill when Tracks of My Tears comes on, and then Blueberry Hill. So here's my $20 bill in my recurring dream. Yes, in my recurring dream, and this one comes too often. There's a plane filled with people with carry-on coffins, and I don't know all the rules regarding karma, but I suspect that when the good outweighs the bad, some automatic self-protect should kick in. Here you got this plane, and as it starts to rise, I can see the panic in every pair of eyes. The silent voices calling in slow motion, trapped, falling and falling. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed, cheer up. The sun is straight overhead. In my recurring dream, I was 11 when it started. I'm standing in my backyard shooting arrows at a target, while inside the house my mother, now remarried since last night's untimely death of my dad. She leans over the couch where he's still lying to kiss him. And it's not that we are ghoulish, it's just that we would miss him. So we leave him there a little while longer. And a good thing too, I guess, 'cause dying's made him stronger. And 3 days later he gets up to watch the news. And the news is often bad, and the news is often sad. I know a lot of us are happier when we're sad. Wake up, sleepy head, get out of bed, cheer up. The sun is straight overhead. In my recurring dream, I am working with my brother. We are drawbridge operators and cannot see each other as we pull the ropes that raise the road. And this cloud above me, it suddenly explodes into a million little lullabies that fall into my ears. They steal my attention, but they take away my fears. So when I slip off the rope and fall through the icy waves, I realize it's not Jesus, it's music that saves. And the fish swim by me with faces like goats. I sink into the darkness, but I still hear all the notes. I still hear all the notes. In my recurring dream, I am saying what I feel like to anyone I feel like, and I don't care what they think of me. To any girl I feel like, and I don't care if she'll sleep with me. I like what I feel like, I like who I've come to be. And I'm locked into the moment, in love with all my might. And I'm giving all I have, and I'm fearless of the night. And I'm trying to be hopeful, not holding on so tight. I'm not giving up the fight, I'm not giving up the fight. In my recurring stretch the chord too. It's very nice of you. Thank you. It's true, we're having trouble in America, and at least 60 million of us are. And more, I think, at this point. Keep telling me it'll get better, but I don't believe them. But I'll do my part. Keep writing songs. To going home. Fires burned all summer long, they ate up half the Northwest. Other kids turned up gone, everybody hoping for the best. From overseas, the casualties come graphically detailed, and we just hope for cooler winds and cooler heads to prevail. We overdosed on heroes, felt the tender ghosts of autumn. We lit the skies with fiery rain, and still we never caught him. Our inner child was traded in for something far less holy. We're dusting ourselves off again, but this time much more slowly. I wander through the streets, I look for hope around the corner. $1 for the veteran, a shoulder for the mourner. I'm staring at the clouds from above the Carolinas. Hey, there's not much in this world of ours more precious than time is. And I will touch your head, and I will kiss your cheek, and stop counting words that I did not speak. And I will feel the rain as it cools my face, and find my own way to live in peace. I will find my own way to live in peace. I will find my own way. live in peace, I will find a home to live in. I will find a home. Thank you all so much. Really neat to
Så tak.